Like I said, it's called Eternal Land. Every so often I arise from my midnight slumber and gaze upon the lifeless world, waiting for the morning dew to dance against the leaves. It is then that I quietly ponder his journey. Jesus, the heart and tenderness of life who pours love over the sorrowful sphere of souls. And when that sunrise kisses the sky and meets the vast canvas with fluorescent splashes of love, I know it's him. And as I watch the violets violently push their way through the soil searching for your light, well, I feel as if I'm looking into a mirror. I miss the days of his prestigious youth as he was born by a river in a little tent. And we should have known then that a change was going to come. And before long, he was walking the roads of Galilee, healing the sick, raising the dead, as beams of his Father's light fell upon his head. And I miss the day John dipped his gracious head and that spirit fled into the immense depths, cascading along towards the pure stream of infinite life. And far below his rightful place, he performed this great hymn of love, blowing peaceful choruses to his orchestra of 12. Here, there, and everywhere, people of all walks of life heard about this man spreading love and bliss. But I guess it just wasn't enough, as he was betrayed by a kiss. And in the night, this man was moaning. And in the night, the ground was groaning. In the night, the price was paid. Yet, after tonight, the world would be saved. And so the next morning he had awoken, aware what punches had spoken, beaten with massive blood loss, his fate to die on the cross. And he had to die for our sins as he dangled on the high cross like hair does a bobby pin. And I can imagine upon his last breath we were given our first, an eternal quench of our daily thirst. And so he had to renounce his earthly home as his spirit fled to his heavenly throne. And his death, well, it was for us, for our cycle of life to continue. And even nature is engulfed into his plan. And just like the silent trees cradle the songbird, God cradles man. Jack Kerouac, subterranean beatnik poet, he spoke to me one night, glowing, illuminated prose set from the tip of his ink glaring off the ruffled, dusty beat book, Mexico City Blues, and he said, Ryan, man loves in lilies and lives in milk. And in his milk, he lives in creamy emptiness. Yeah, I hear you, Jack. But I say, when will man, like a young calf feeding from his mother, draw from your word which is filled with immense light and creamy fulfillment? And this word was put here to illuminate our souls so we could rise boundlessly from the prison of hate to the freedom of love. But is it too late? And when the storm sings and floods us all, we stand there and moan, frozen in spirit. When we see him sounding the horizon with flames in his eyes, will we give him holy redemption? When the sky cracks against the dismal night, his hand stretched out, like it always has from the beginning, will your heart finally become open? When the world begins to tremble, will we do the same or make that mistake and feel we are dismissed from the betrayals of our own kiss? And I feel like we are weighed down under a tomb of ignorance and have fallen from mother's womb, punished by doubt, that gloomy bird that strikes us with his wings and pushes us further into the dark sands of eternity. Now, I don't stand before you telling you that I'm completely free from the ignorance. For at times I've turned the blinds on his light in fright, that I was in the wrong place as darkness shadowed my weary face. I felt like the vulture standing over the dead carcass thinking, maybe this doesn't belong to me. Maybe I shouldn't sink my teeth into his flesh. I let his love be ignored. At times I would throw him a kiss until he pale ray just to say, this is me. I wonder if you hear me, do you see? Your child so caught up in a crippling fear of expression, sitting here listening to the tick and the tock, two sounds so prevalent to this sheep at a flock. Yet, all the while waiting patiently like a boat at the dock, sitting here waiting for you to release my anger and allow this rambling mind to tread along the rippling waters of your spirit. Bob Dylan, prophet of captivating thought, once said that he not busy being born is busy dying. Yeah, I hear you, Dylan, but I say that the conductor of our life, well, he drives a slow train, and he's just waiting for you to drop your luggage, and it's only then that you can hear his train a-coming. And since that morning, after listening to the rain and the melancholy sounds of a man they call John Coltrane, I realized that I must acknowledge him, pursue him, and come to a resolution that he truly is a perfect being, our one and only, love supreme. So lastly, I say to you, beautiful lost souls of undeveloped spirit, love is the source of your being. So unlock the chains to your sunflower gypsy soul. Why go through this dreary life slinking, crawling, uncertain like a fuzzy caterpillar? Blossom into that fluorescent butterfly that you and I know we all are. Set yourself free from the decaying flesh of man and woman who suffer your radiant thoughts, thoughts so deeply seeped into the land, yet, due to the ills of society, slaughtered like the pig in the farm. Green, cool spring wind. Never mind the words of man, but rather the words of the Lamb. Thank you.